And welcome to another update video on Link. Yeah, we are here on the larger time frame on the Link chart. I just wanted to explain again that the yellow scenario remains the preferred interpretation, which means the move to the upside is still very much on the table. However, whether this B wave has really bottomed on the 7th of April or not, it will likely be decided very, very shortly. The microstructures look a little bit distorted. I'm not impressed by the microstructures. You're going to see that on the smaller time frame, even though it's absolutely valid what you see here. But yeah, I mean, this gives us the context, the bigger picture. But obviously, we're using the microstructures on the 1 hour time frame to identify whether the bulls are really leading and whether circle wave 2, which is the wave 2 pullback after the rally that started on the 7th of April, whether this is really bottomed, right? Ultimately, that third wave should play out as 5 waves as well. But the invalidation point for this scenario is the low of the 7th of April. That's at $10. Now, any break below could simply lead to a reset of this B wave and the wave 2. It would simply be a reset. Probable. It's probable that this is going to happen. $8.90 to $6.90 would be the, let's call it, alternative target area. I don't know. It's if we break below the April low, these are the next 2 levels to watch. And ultimately, to keep the larger time frame assumption alive for one more rally this cycle, one more hot phase, which could take the price higher towards $47 plus, well, ideally the price holds above $6.90. Now, what do we need to see? I'm going to show you on the smaller time frame what we need to see for evidence that really the next leg up has started. But there are some key levels as well that you should be aware of, especially here. $17.93 is an important resistance level. That's a break above the wave 1 high. That would be required to suggest that really we've started the next leg to the upside. Also, the larger pattern would require a break above the swing high here from the 7th of March. This is the what kind of level is that? $23.14 level. So these would be levels that need to be broken to the upside to unlock prices in the blue zone, $47 plus. Now let us also take a look at the smaller time frame for FET. No, not FET, for Link. FET will be a different video. So let us take a look at the Link chart short term. Well, here you can see that the short-term setup I shared with you is still valid as a 1-2 setup. I've labeled it only as alternative because I find a reset here and another test of $6.90 to $8.90 likely. But we would first need a break below this micro support area. You don't see this micro support area on our daily time frame. $11.45 is the level that needs to hold to keep the yellow scenario alive. Good reward to risk ratio, but based on these distortions that we have seen in the last few days, I can't be fully confident that we are on our way higher there. Yeah, there are many ways how this could be interpreted. Yeah, maybe even with a so-called truncation. Don't want to get too much into this, but we've made tutorials about this. What I want to see is a 5-wave move up and a 3-wave move down. If I see this on the smaller time frame as shown in yellow, I have a confirmation that we're going higher. But please note, it's currently not preferred for various reasons. We're going higher at the moment, yes. Even if we see 5 waves up, it might only be part of this B wave, which could result in another move down. Main takeaway is there is still a support area that's holding, so we can still watch for higher. I would be cautious until there's further evidence that we're actually breaking higher. And $11.45 will help us distinguish between a bullish scenario, directly bullish, and short-term bearish. That's the update on Link. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.